And now to kind of finalize our call today, we are going to take a bit of a shift. Um, what would you tell a gym owner or coach or coach who listens to your videos, reads your newsletter, maybe even read parts of the book and is like, yeah, damn, that's amazing. I'm pumped. I love it. I want to be less of a small cat. For anyone who has read it, will kind of like get the reference. Um, and now they are like pumped and they want to implement that into their own gyms and with their own members. And all of a sudden, their members are like, nah, we actually prefer the way things are now. We are afraid or any kind of like there are like kind of like they are running into walls basically. What would you tell a coach like that and a gym owner?
Mhm. Okay, so first of all, you're gonna run into a wall with yourself, right? Because you, as a gym owner or as the head of whatever in your gym, you're the one responsible for communicating whatever your training message to your members. So the first wall you have to break down is actually yourself, and this can only be done through action and figuring out this is actually. I'm sorry. This is actually working and it's not just a foo-foo concept how to build whatever and a gym empire. So the first thing you have to do is you have to decide which side of the story you want to be on. And I have to tell you two stories. The first one is it's unfortunately not my story, but it's a really cool and fun story. So there's three people from an advertising agency entering a plane. Did I tell that story already? If yes, I'll cut it short.
No, you did not. I think you
Okay,
told me, but not on the
okay.
podcast.
Cool. So three guys or girls, whatever, from an advertising agency are entering a plane because they have to go to a client's meeting, right? Perfect. So there's one designer, there's one copywriter, and there's one from the financial department, right? Because taking care of numbers is essential. So those hop on a plane, they open up the overhead bin, and the genie pops out and it's like, oh, well, I'm so thankful. I've been here for 355 years, and everybody gets a wish now. Okay, the designer starts and says, okay, cool. I always wanted to live the life of Leonardo da Vinci, like the engineering and the designing and the times that he lived in. Like I want to go back to those times. Boop, disappears. Genie grants him the wish. Second one who's up is the copywriter, and the copywriter is like, well, I mean, Ernest Hemingway is the shit. Like if I have his lifestyle, his women, his writing skills, obviously, like that would be pretty dope. Like England in the whatever century it was, like I want to go back there. It's like boop, Genie grants him the wish and he's gone. Then the guy from the finance department comes along and obviously has a wish. And he's very fast in his approach and his answers. Like, Genie, I have only one wish. Can you get those two guys back right now? Because we have a meeting in like 2 hours. So the point here is who do you want to be? Do you want to be the on the side of the creative and active developing things, or do you want to be on the let's call it more boring side of things and just keep things running as the way before? So this is the first decision that you have to make out there. If you're more on the let's say on the creative side, more exploring stuff, and it sounds like a good idea, there's only one thing you have to do is do something. Try it, take action. In the book, there's templates, try them out, do it a couple of times, educate yourself, um, get back into the toddler mindset. Toddler mindset means we're all toddlers, we're just older, right? But our learning skills, not only learning skills, but also our learning approach is exactly the same as toddlers have. So we have to break it down as simple as possible into easy steps. Imagine explaining your granny how to, I don't know, Google something, right? This doesn't start with the words you have to type in. It has to start with, okay, granny, this is a laptop. Open up your laptop, press the button on the right upper side, then the sound is going to turn on and the screen is going to get alive. And then she's going to run there through like 2,500 steps until she actually comes to the Google website where she can type in stuff. This is the toddler mindset that we have to get back to. And how's that possible in training? Well, I hope I'm breaking it down in the book, but do something with it. Like we have to do stuff in order to learn. Goes deep into learning theories. It's not the point of today. The point of today is, if you're a gym owner, if you're a coach interested, okay, decide which side you want to be on and do something about it. Try stuff that I've talked about today. Try the Sandbag box squat. There's all the videos out there. Try to change the rope pulls. Try to frame carry and see if I'm full of shit or if this stuff actually works. Give it a couple of weeks, right? It's not going to happen in one session. Like, I'm not selling any magic red pills or blue pills here. Give it a couple of weeks. Just do something different than you've done before, right? If you're worried about how your people are going to behave, chances are you have a better story if you've already done it, what you're trying to tell them to do, right? You cannot, how's the saying, you cannot preach water and drink wine or something like this.
Yeah.
Whatever, you get the point. That means you have to try it out first, see if it actually works. If not, you can always reach out and ask for some feedback on your videos, no problem at all. And if it works, okay, do it for a couple of weeks, and then maybe get one coach in who's more on the copywriter and designer side. Just leave the accounting and financing coaches out there on the side for a second, right? Those guys are not easy to convince. Like, they need like hard proof and whatever. You can show them the hard proof once your deadlift improved by 20 kilos over 6 months from doing weird Rex exercises. Okay, that's proof enough for them. Outlift them and they will come on board. That's the only way how you can convince the other side of the training accountants and training financial guys. Long story short, are you ready for changing something? If yes, if there's a little spark in you that's like, yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm tired of seeing all this. It's the same unmotivated people every day in my gym. My coaches don't want to train with me. They're not listening to me. If something is in there, I was like, this is not right. Try it out. Dig deeper into it. See if it works for you. If it works, get somebody in there. Take a couple of months, maybe a year. And once you're a year in, you start slowly bringing this to your members. There's a lot more stories to tell how I did it, and it was not the best way how I did it. But we'll keep that for another conversation.
Okay. That's all the questions we have for today.
Sweet. All right, guys, bring on the questions. That's fun as always. Actually, we have a pretty cool announcement, which is I've created like short snippets of the book, like a 60-second elevator pitch, which is on Instagram. And if you're on our newsletter list, you probably have already gotten it or maybe get it soon via email and newsletter. We have a longer version. If you're super interested in the first one, you can order for free, for example, the longer version. And I'm working on the book like crazy, so it gets actually fucking printed at some point in the next couple of weeks. It's exciting. I like what's in there, not because it's mine, but I think it's going to help a lot of people unfocus on really stupid stuff that we're all doing, that I did, and costs a lot of time and energy, and focus on stuff that's really necessary. And actually, it doesn't take that much time to get really good at training. All right, guys, that's it for this week. See you next week, and let's get even more Greg feet.